set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go now. 19 Tigers, go.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Right back to Achane on second down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Looking to pass. Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now Tua going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff as he'll drop the throw. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
Devon Achane, 51 yards. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Watson, Oscar. 20, TX. Hey, double one,
Tua going to try and throw for it, and he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Play no games, bro.
You have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, we can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're able to get this one past the 30, down to the 25. One quarter down, 8-0 the score.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 3 yards out. And the Ravens have cut the lead back down to 2. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit. Found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
20, TX.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Get right here. Hey, 21G. 21G.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he is caught on the move past the 40. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready. 32, stay here. 32.
Achane gets it from the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
I remember pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. They'll run on 1st down and right. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Ready. Step. All right, go ahead, go. Watson, Oscar.
Tua going to throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will take it in. The Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2.
21, 20, TX. Out.
They'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Dolphins 14, Ravens 8.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw is Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
After the turnover, it's Tua. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's Tua. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Looking for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. Tua, the final shot before half. He'll try to pick it up himself. Going for it all. And this one is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Play action. It's Jackson. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he is going to have a Ravens first down. And they convert instead 4th and long.
First down, Baltimore.
Inside handoff, Henry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now it's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers from 17 yards out. And the Ravens have even the ball game with a chance to take the lead here in the final minute of this third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the third.
To kick off for Baltimore.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
At the 43-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Miami. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. 1st down, Miami.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent game.
They'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 49 yards. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Watch it, Oscar. 20, TX. Out.
They'll try and throw for it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bluff the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
44.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, back to Achane. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now 2nd and 4. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. On this one, and they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They'll run for it with Achane. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's Tua. Goes in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Good. Hey. Solo left Zion. Hey, 21's here.
Tua.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He'll try and do this himself. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback play.